For rice, we're gonna pour. Oh, it's crawfish étouffée over that, guys. Look at that. All right, guys, we are making crawfish étouffée my way. I got a poblano pepper, 1 onion, 2 shallots, about 8 cloves of garlic, 3 stalks of celery, some green onions, and 1 pound of crawfish tails. We are going to start off by sauteing our vegetables in some butter. There are many ways to make crawfish étouffée. Well, not many, about 3, but I'm gonna show you my way. This is my personal recipe. This is how I do it. We're gonna start with sweating these vegetables out in some butter. We're gonna add a little pinch of salt to this. That's gonna help draw out some of that water. And we're just gonna cook this. Oh, we're not gonna really go too dark on it. We're just getting a nice saute on this. There's my pinch of salt. And trying to get a little bit of color on it, but we're not gonna brown these onions really dark like something we do for a gravy. So I'm just cooking these, getting all the water out of them. There you go. You see, you just gotta keep going. I'm gonna go a little bit further than that. I'm gonna add my green onion whites. I forgot to do these. These are awesome right here. Don't throw those away, guys. Those have a ton of flavor. So my vegetables are about done, so I'm adding my garlic, and I'm just gonna cook that a little bit until it's fragrant. And that's all it's gonna take. You don't wanna get that garlic brown. All right, somebody called the Cajun police. I'm adding tomato paste. You know what? This is gonna add a ton of flavor, guys. A lot of natural liquor and MSG. You wanna cook that tomato paste by frying it in the oil and getting a little color on it. I'm also gonna add in a couple splashes of hot sauce right here. That's gonna bring a little bit of acidity to the table along with that tomato paste, but it's gonna give it a lot of flavor. Next thing we're gonna add is some lobster base. This is kind of my substitute for crawfish fat. I actually learned this from a Cajun chef, and it works out pretty well. It gives you a nice mild seafood flavor. It's not very distinct or strong. It's really good. I highly recommend using that as a flavor booster for your crawfish étouffée. Next thing we're gonna do, gotta drop in that butter. You know we making a roux. So we drop that butter in, we're gonna get that nice and melted, and then I'm gonna add in 3 tablespoons of flour. That's all I'm gonna need, because I don't really have a lot of crawfish. It's just a pound, so a little small roux. We're just gonna cook that roux just a little bit, just till it starts to brown a little bit. You'll be able to smell when it turns the right color. So just keep stirring that around, get it nice and brown. Once it's ready, I'm gonna add in 1 cup of water, and you'll see that tighten up real quick. We're gonna add that water just about now. Let's dump our water in. And then you can see that tightens up real quick. I'm gonna need another cup of water, so I'm gonna add a 2nd cup. Put that cup of water in there. All right, that's our 2nd cup of water. We're gonna mix that around. As you can see, get that nice and ready. And we're gonna add our crawfish tails in for our next step. These are gonna produce some water, so I don't wanna add too much water right now. I'm gonna let the crawfish tails, when they defrost and heat up, they're gonna add a little bit of water to the étouffée, and then I'll be able to adjust it from there. So you don't wanna add too much water too quick. So we're just gonna let these crawfish tails cook. There you go. They're nice and heated through. So we just let that cook for about 5 or 10 minutes. I'm gonna add some of this Rusty's seafood boil. Awesome stuff, guys. We're gonna do a little bit of finished seasoning. Since I didn't use crawfish from a crawfish boil, I like to add a little bit of that crawfish boil flavor. Now we're gonna do our finishing seasoning. I'm gonna add some of this cayenne pepper. Hey, you know I like it spicy. A little extra garlic powder. Hey, that never hurt anybody. A little extra garlic flavor. And then I'm gonna hit it with some of this Cajun heat from Mr. Shane Gaspard. Awesome seasoning. He's a great guy, mixing awesome seasoning, one of my absolute favorites. And then I'm gonna add another little pinch of that crab boil right there. So just mix that together, and then we're gonna add our final ingredients. Now we're adding our final ingredients to our étouffée. I'm gonna add in some minced up green onions. I mince mine up because I think it gives you a better flavor distribution. These are our fresh elements that we wanna add at the end so we don't overcook them. Next thing I'm gonna add is I'm gonna add some dry parsley. Mix that around. You don't wanna put much cook on these fresher ingredients. And then to finish off my étouffée, I'm gonna add a 1/4 of a cup of heavy cream. This is gonna balance all those flavors out. It's gonna make it nice and smooth and look pretty. So I had a little touch of heavy cream, and you know guys, that's how I finished my crawfish étouffée, just like that. All right, time to plate up this étouffée, guys. We got a nice little scoop of rice here, and we are gonna pour that étouffée on top. Oh, look at that. Man, that looks good. I tell you guys, this stuff came out absolutely fire. Great way to make étouffée, my personal recipe. Finish it off with a little green onion, and there you go. That's étouffée my way. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and remember to always keep stirring that pot.